Thunderbolts * delivered some of the most emotional scenes from a recent Marvel Cinematic Universe (MCU) movie, but I am disappointed one Hawkeye and Black Widow scene didn't make the cut. Thunderbolts * remains one of the more underrated releases to come out of the multiverse saga, and despite the lower-than-expected box office, it pushed the MCU forward in a lot of important ways. Along with establishing the new Avengers, and teasing the first encounter between the heroes of Earth 616 and the Fantastic Four, it shone a spotlight on some underappreciated characters. The ragtag group of mercenaries turned heroes had a beautiful story about overcoming adversity, and finding a way forward together. But despite the incredible finished film, there was a lot that was left on the cutting room floor. From plans to showcase everyone's fear rooms, to a longer narrative for Taskmaster, there were a lot of additional scenes that didn't make it into the movie. Hawkeye and Black Widow are arguably the most overlooked of the MCU's original Avengers. Hawkeye never got to star in his own story. Taking a step back for a moment and looking at the wider MCU, it's important to highlight that not all characters are given equal screen time. That's not an issue, and I'm not critiquing it, it's just how it is when a large-scale universe of movies exists. Some characters get more of the spotlight. But two characters whose stories often get passed over most often have to be Hawkeye and Black Widow. With both characters, the mantle has been passed on, but specifically, Clint Barton's Hawkeye remains one of the least utilized characters in the MCU. Barton never got a solo movie, and when a series came out called Hawkeye, it was designed to showcase Kate Bishop as the new Hawkeye, with Clint Barton supporting her to become a hero. Unfortunately, that leaves Barton as one of the least explored characters, and that only became more clear when Natasha Romanoff died, severing Clint's strongest connection to the other Avengers. One cut Thunderbolts * moment would have helped show Black Widow and Hawkeye's stories still matter in the MCU. Thunderbolts * would have put the spotlight back on Hawkeye. However, one early scene that would have at least paid homage to the value of Clint Barton in the MCU, and highlighted his relationship with Natasha, was intended to be included in the Thunderbolt star. And not only would this scene have referenced Barton and his value, but it would have better connected the story that plays out between Yelena, Barton, and Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, which was first introduced in the post-credits scene of Black Widow in 2021. Marvel writer Eric Pearson gave this description of the scene in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter. The scene sees Yelena hold Valentina to account for her lies and manipulation, only to get spun around. This is a beautiful example of Yelena's passion, and her love for her sister, and also a particularly strong scene for Valentina that shows off her talent for twisting the narrative and getting herself out of tough situations. It also somewhat redeems Clint, refocusing the attention on his friendship with Natasha and their bond, as opposed to his time as the Ronin, which left a dark stain on his MCU legacy. Why cutting the Thunderbolts * moment does make sense. Thunderbolts * needed to put the focus elsewhere. Unfortunately, not every scene can make it from the script to the big screen. And as valuable as this scene is for the story of Hawkeye, it didn't do much to further the narrative of Thunderbolts * or establish something for the future of the MCU. Ultimately, Valentina's skillful manipulation is seen elsewhere when she convinces Bob to be her hero, and Yelena's deep love for her sister comes out in her reunion with her father. Since these two emotional cores of the scene, which do progress the story for the primary characters, are addressed elsewhere, the only added value to this scene would be the reference to Clint Barton. And while it might be nice to have that confrontation, Thunderbolts * does not need to be the story to do it, if Marvel decides to use it at all. Instead, Thunderbolts * keeps a tight focus on the themes of the movie and the characters involved, resulting in an incredible MCU story.